Hi. I'm now 4 weeks post-surgery for a Bankart lesion repair. Just as a quick recap, a Bankart lesion is typically the result of some kind of fairly violent dislocation. My first dislocation was from rugby, but a lot of American football players or Aussie rules or contact sports basically. And typically I believe it's an anterior dislocation. Mine certainly was anterior, which is coming at the front. And so the lesion is on what's called the labrum, which is a ring of cartilage which surrounds the ball of, covers the ball of the joint to basically deepen the socket, because the socket is quite shallow normally, so that cartilage helps deepen the socket and stabilise the shoulder. So for someone like me who's had quite a few dislocations, I've been in hospital 10 times to have mine put back in, you often tear the labrum, and that just creates more instability. So as I said, it's now 4 weeks post-op for me. I'm now, as you can see, completely out of the sling. I should be allowed to drive again in about 2 weeks' time, and also start running again in 2 weeks' time, which is really important to me personally. In terms of range of movement, it feels like it's improving every single day. I can now get my arm right up here. It's not quite as good as my right arm, but it's not far off, and it's improving day by day, so hopefully eventually I'll have full range of movement. And in terms of external rotation, if I keep the elbow locked in, I can get it out to here now, which is about the same as the other arm. This week, for the first time, I started moving my arm behind my back. To be honest, a few days ago that felt pretty scary, whereas now with assistance from the other arm I can get it fairly high up my back, but nowhere near as much as I can with my right arm. But in all honesty, because of the dislocations I've had before the op, I couldn't get my left arm up as high as my right anyway. So if I don't manage to do that, it won't be the end of the world. As long as I get most of the range of movement back, and as long as I don't dislocate it again, that's the main thing. So I've still had no pain whatsoever really. All I've really had in terms of symptoms is a bit of stiffness in terms of the very top of the range of movement, and certainly it's quite stiff going behind my back, which is why I'm not pushing it and going too far. In terms of what I'm not allowed to do, I'm still not supposed to carry anything heavy with my left arm. I can carry light things, but certainly no proper weights. And I'm not allowed to abduct and rotate at the same time, which is this sort of movement pattern. So I know from when I last dislocated it, I'll move on to physio exercises where I've got, say, a resistance band tied to the floor and I pull it away from my body like that. Or have it tied up here and pulled down. That's the kind of the next step that I'll move on to in about 2 weeks' time. But no, all going really well. My surgeon and physio have both said that I'm ahead of schedule, so really pleased with that. The one top tip I would give to anybody who's thinking of having surgery is I did a lot of prehab. So I did a lot of external rotation with a resistance band, and also with weights, with the sort of like pulleys, and then this sort of movement, pulling down or pulling up. which all help your rotator cuff, and they're probably not weights or exercises that many people do in the gym that ordinarily. My consultant and physio both said that they think a big reason why my progress has been so quick and my pain has been quite low is because of all that prehab I did. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos and want to see the sort of state I was in shortly after surgery, etc., do have a look at my channel, because this is about the 5th or 6th video I've done. So I'll probably do another update in a couple of weeks when I'm able to start running and doing more advanced exercises. But for now, this is where I'm at. So thanks very much for watching.